everybody. I got a short video today, but a while back ago I had a video about market etiquette and all that other stuff. And I mentioned I would show people how I go through TCG Player, find recent sales data, how do I filter, and all other aspects. TCG Player has some good filtering aspects to it, but it's also a pain in the ass as well. It doesn't always work the way you want it to. So what I'm mainly going to do is go through that. I'm going to show you a little bit of 130 point. And today is March 10th, 2022, right before what we're expecting soon to be some sort of announcement about James Fab 2.0. So with that in mind, a few days ago, there was a sale going on, I think 7% cash back on Flesh and Blood sales. The same thing too is a lot of people seem to be very interested in Monarch right now due to potential print run numbers coming out. Again, that's all speculation right now, but we're assuming print run numbers will come out within this month, next month, or by June, whatever. Fab Phase 2.0 is coming out, or announcement on that and all that stuff. So there's been talk about softness in the market. I highly doubt that's going to be the case in the next few months. People say there's no free tendies anymore, and my idea when I look at card values and all that is not free tendies, but opportunities. If you think a card is undervalued, or has gone down longer, or you think there's potential for it to be more rare than you think other people think it is, that's not free tendies. That's you buying a card because you think it has value, expectations essentially. It doesn't mean like, oh, I'm gonna buy this card to get rich, but it might do 2, 3x, which is quite a bit to be honest. It's a little risky doing that, but if you like the card, you buy it because you want it. I've done the same thing myself. I haven't sold these, but back in January, I bought a bunch of Phantasmal Footsteps and Valiant Dynamos because I thought there was a good opportunity, and I wanted to buy those before print run numbers came out. That was before I knew about the Fab Phase 2.0. But let's go ahead and go through some Monarch data, and then let's go ahead and show you how to filter. I'll start with the filter part first, then we'll go to Monarch data, and I'll show you the 130 points. So you can check out, sales data, unlimited, first edition, all other aspects. So what I'm gonna do right now is there's a few different ways to do this, but Flesh and Blood, I'm gonna click on Monarch right there. Great. Well, let's just click on Flesh and Blood just to see how the filtering system works. So it starts off market high to low. You have direct TCG player. I don't think that's even available with Flesh and Blood. I'm gonna click on that, and nothing shows up. So I don't even know why it's on there. So you got that, and then you have like the printing, unlimited, cold foils. They don't really say that, but you get the card quality type. Near mint all the way to moderate replayed. Probably some damage in there too. They don't necessarily show you all the filter types, which is also kind of annoying. I don't care about seeing other card games. All I care about is Flesh and Blood and all these different sets right here. You got card types. Drags out quite a bit. Card type, you got rarity type, class. So there's quite a bit of filtering you can do on this. And the view I have right now is the view I like. This is the default view, I believe, right here. And that affects the filtering system too for whatever reason. So now you're not going to see a card finish anymore on there. So as soon as I click on this top right hand corner, go to like a grid view type thing or list. Now it gives me printing. For whatever reason, you do not get that in your default view. So you want to click on that. But let's go ahead and go right here. Let's go ahead and go to Monarch right there. So I got market high to low. And right now it's showing me the unlimited stuff right here. I think it shows, because the limited sometimes it shows, sometimes it does first edition and all that. I think it defaults to unlimited, then goes to first edition. I myself don't collect unlimited. Sometimes I might get a unlimited legendary because I like the rainbow foiling too. But let's go ahead and click on the cold foil right here. So go ahead and do that. And if it does not show up for whatever reason, my best recommendation is to usually click on the equipment below, down here. So if you go down to the bottom, you click on equipment, that might trigger the first edition cold foil to show up. So let's go ahead and click on that too. So right now it's showing unlimited. By the way, look at these unlimited prices. 250 for Unlimited Phantasmal Footsteps, Rainbow Foil. 275, 275. That's a lightly played edition. So you gotta consider that. Let's go ahead and click on the cold foil right there. And then we have, it says 11 listings, but I think that includes the Unlimited and First Edition. But now you got 345 for First Edition. You got 250 for Unlimited. These cards have gone up quite a bit in value. I'll go over that in a minute. But as you see, I was able to get all the First Editions showing up right here. And we'll go in a second. I think TCG Player could make things a lot easier if they show sales data on this page too, like another filter for recent sold. Because right now you got to click on each of the cards to see that and all that. So there are like, EV calculators and all that aspect. But if you're following a certain card, certain opportunity, all that other stuff, you don't have to see all the market stuff. You can do a lot of this homework on yourself, and it's very easy. So I'm going to show you. So you got message of sold. That'll help you determine if you want to buy something or not for potential opportunities. So you got Valiant Dynamos, 220 right here for first edition. When I was buying those a month ago, I think they're like 120, 100. So those have gone up quite a bit of value. And a disclaimer for these cards, I have not been buying any unlimiteds. A lot of people have been buying those naturally because they want them in their decks. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So these are all the first editions right here. And just scrolling down, got all these different things. You get different prices. So you got $35 for those. These are $100 right now, which makes sense because Prism's really popular. Let's go ahead and just jump around. So I already have a bunch of tabs up if you see up top. So let's go ahead and jump around a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to Monarch case right here. Monarch case is currently $672, $30 a case on TCG Player. I'm not going to go crazy and look on Facebook, eBay, and all that. That's a lot of work. It is good if you're trying to make a purchase. You might even find some stores that sell this. But let's just say right now, I'm a TCG Player. Very easy to do all this aspects. They even include market data right here, so it's very simple. You're like, all right, well, it was $1,000 something last year for a case. I think it was even higher at one point, yeah, 1,500. It's TCG Player at least. Now marketplace is almost $700 a case. So let's go ahead and click View Sales History. You get this nice little pop-up right here, and I'll show you how to filter things out there. You don't really care about filtering for cases. But so 3/8, we had one sale. So it's not like selling like super fast, but if you see, there's quite a few sales in the last 2 months essentially. It's quite a few sales. Some of these have like numbers on them too. So if you're checking sales right here, you just get all these aspects so you can see the different prices. You can come up with like a median price, average price, high, low, however you want to do it. But you could actually use the actual numbers, put them in Excel, and you can make your own numbers and really no guessing at all. You just see all the data right there. And you could go to, I'll show you 130 point at the end if you want to compare it. Listings per page, I always hate having multiple pages. Let's do 50. And I don't really care to go through all these listings, but all I know is there's 31 on there. That does not mean there's 31 available in the world. It means there's 31 available on TCG Player. So if you ever try to do buyout, consider the fact that someone else may post more cases on there, especially as prices go up. But it would take a lot of money to buy all this out. So there's quite a bit of cases on here. So I'm not encouraging that whatsoever. Just know it's at 672 right now, 30 on March 10th, 2022. I think these will go up to $1,000 by end of the year. But that is highly dependent on the news. Might go higher, might not. That's just my hunch. So I'm going to say that's what I'm guessing on this. There's a lot of negativity with Monarch. That's why I think Monarch is an undervalued set right now. People recently were like, oh, it's printed too much. LSS is too afraid to give the numbers. I don't think LSS is afraid. They never said they're afraid. I'm pretty sure we'll get the numbers this year. And people saying they're afraid, I have no idea why they even say that. We'll find out. But I think the people think who it's overprinted are not thinking that, hey, they released Unlimited at the exact same time, and these prices were super high when it came out, $600 a bucks. But that's a whole long story. Let's go to the next one right here. So I'm going to go through all the legendaries of Monarch right now, and I'm going to go through the first edition and Unlimited. Disclaimer is I bought probably 10 of these. I forget how many I bought. I have to go back to my video to see, but I bought a lot of these. And I opened quite a few of these from Monarch cases. I love them. It's one of my favorite looking arts of cards. I don't know if I like feet, but I like the purple and the blue and all that stuff, the clouds. Who knows? I don't know why I like it, but I love it. It's pretty cool. Illusion is awesome. I'm not a Prism fan myself, but I'm a fan of the Illusionist concept, and I'm looking forward to other Illusionist, you know, heroes in the future. But let's go ahead and back to this. So at its peak, again, I'm not going to go back to history. I can't say it was the max. It might have been even more. Who knows? But according to this thing, it says like last year, you go beyond the time of this time frame. It says at one point it was 465 market value, and the rainbow was 130. Whatever time frame that is, I have no idea. I'm not going to go and look. That's going to take a while. You can do your own research. But this thing is not accurate either because it does not reflect real time. I don't know how the algorithm works. But right here, let's go to January time frame. It says 280. It was definitely less than that for the first edition back then because I bought like 10 of those. Yeah, I got 265, 252, whatever. But if you look at the unlimited rainbow foils, like 126 right there. The reason why I'm saying that, it was even down to 100 at one point. Let's scroll down here. Again, this is a glance. Don't take this data as actual facts right here because I don't know how the algorithm works on here. But anyways, the rainbow foil was down to like 100 something dollars, I think, in December. Whatever. Let's go ahead and go through the how to go through this data. Current price point. I don't know how it does it. This is kind of bullshit. Let's just ignore that. Latest sales. These are raw numbers. Let's look at this. I don't like you can't do full screen with this. I don't like that you cannot see this on the home screen with a list of all the cards mixed together. You can only include one card at a time. Very annoying. But let's go ahead and do this. So right now, currently, even though I have cold foil as my preferred method of looking, this includes sales data for both cold foil and unlimited. So let's go ahead and glance at that real quick, and then I'll show you how to get to the filtering system. It's pretty easy to do, but you know what? If you're going to do this the first time, you might miss some of these aspects, so why not share it? 310, which is today actually. One sold for $344.68. And I was buying these January like 220 to 250, and I bought one at 300 as well. So, because I love the cards, so I wanted a bunch of those. I wanted to get my position before the numbers get released eventually. I have not bought since January, so everything after the January 19th, whatever it was, these are not my purchases. And same thing to Unlimited. I haven't bought any. I kind of wish I did actually, hindsight, because I don't have unlimited rainbow foil. So if I want now, I'm going to pay the current price. So the unlimited right now is 225. Someone bought one for 275, I think, by an accident the other day. But you got 250 right here. So you get a little range right there too. Again, really easy to do is get all these numbers together. You might want to make averages for weeks, for months at a time. You might do high lows. But I don't usually go off last sold because last sold is usually not the best method to look at items. You look at a multiple set of things over time and you look for trends. So I never use last sold data because then I might go somewhere else to get something wrong. Because you might have like five that sold for like $100 and some idiot post it for like $30. They're like, oh, last sold $30. Okay, well that's not your market value. So here's the 344, 225, 350, 275. Quite a bit of data right here, right? And this is just for like a few weeks right here. You can load more sales. You get all this. I don't know how to export this. Probably can. I'm not a tech expert, so I'm not going to even try. But hey, you got a lot of data right here. Let's just go back to January timeframe. As I said, it went up a decent amount. Let's keep going back. All right, let's go to December. You got an unlimited 135. Right now it's 250. First edition was 239. And then you got 208, first edition right there. LP, unlimited, I don't care about that. 245, 245, 230. These purchases were probably mine. Yeah, 230, 245, 246. Yeah, all these on that day were mine. And the 125, not me. 120. Yeah, I bought one on 120 because I got excited. I wanted more. So anyways, those were mine. I forget how many it was. That's there. I don't want to do math right now. But let's go ahead and filter this out. And let's say I want to look at the first edition, and you might not give a shit about like lightly played sales because it's gonna skew your data, and you don't really care about it. So let's go first edition, and let's just click near mint, and then let's just view sales. And you could put view photo or not, but not that many people put photos on TCG Player. So if you go right here, you can see all the sales for like ever. Let's just see. All right, it goes all the way back to 11/15. I don't know how many days. It says sales history snapshot. I don't know how to see a non-snapshot version. If you do, please let me know because I'm curious. But here's the sales history snapshot. I would like a full history. I'd like to be able to get some data off this. If TCG Player comes across this, I wish I would get all the information. But you see right here, there's quite a few sales. It's not selling super fast, but it is selling. But what I do mean though is with these sales, it's a decent amount right here, right? I'm not going to do the numbers. I'm not going to count them. Let's say you got 20, 30 sales. It's probably more than it is. Let's just say 20, 30. I don't want to count. But let's go ahead and just filter this again to filter, and then let's turn off first edition, and then we'll go to rainbow foil. All right, view sales. We can't do rainbow first edition. That's stupid. You could do unlimited rainbow foil. I don't know why it's giving me options that I can't, doesn't work. It doesn't matter. All right, unlimited. Hey, there's quite a few sales in here too. Probably more unlimited sales than our first edition because if people are buying it just to play and not collect for whatever reason, they're buying these ones. So there's quite a few of these being sold. And if you look at all these are all one-off sales. So I would make the assumption these are for players. Who knows? Or maybe the sellers had one option. Nonetheless, those are your sales. That's how you do it. The value's gone up quite a bit. If you were able to buy some of these in December for $100, you've already 2.5x your money right there, too. So when people say there's no free tendies, I think that's a pretty overly broad or dumb statement to say right there. Is there's a lot of predictions you can do in games. There's a lot of things you can do that you might buy something goes down, might go up, or whatever. If I buy something, I try to say, will this go lower? If it does, do I care? Or do I think this bottom has upward potential? Or if I buy it, am I happy being stuck with it? When I bought the Phantasmal Footsteps, I said before, I love the card and all that. Plus, if you look at this card, they make an Illusionist in June. This card will still be playable with the next Illusionist. And if that's the case, I expect these cards to go up even more in value. So I'm going to, not financial advice. This is just my mindset of how I think of things. If I were to see stuff going up in value even more, I say the Phantasmal Footsteps could even go 2x higher than what it is right now if we have another Illusionist this summer without a new reprint of Phantasmal Footsteps. Now, that's a lot of information right there. There's another factor too is print runs, if they're lower than we expect, I could expect a 3x for this value. If Mon Unlimited goes out of print, I think there's going to be such a high demand on the Prism Footsteps right there. Maybe we're going to get a non-foil reprint. But my assumption is, this is all guess, is that we might not get Rainbow Foil reprints of Legendaries. If that's the case, everybody who bought Unlimited beforehand is going to be rewarded. Again, all speculation. I'm not investing on Unlimited. So if you did, hopefully that's good news for you if that does happen. But let's look at this. There are 8 listings of Phantasmal Footsteps on here. That's not that much. And there are 1, 2, 3. If you buy 3 of these right here, so that's $350, $700, whatever. Yeah, $700. $1,050 right there. If you bought 3 of these for $1,050 plus tax and all that other bullshit, the card is now $450. Depending, because if you do that, someone might say, hey, I'll sell the card for $400 to make some money right now. So you never know how many are out there. But there's only 7 listed on TCG Player right now. So you got to consider that. Market is really thinning up. Now, just to show you how thin the market is, let me go ahead and turn off my filter for first edition. There's only 3 unlimited foils of this. 3. And the card is $250. You know, there's 4 of them actually, because one it says 3 listings. So listings are a little confusing. Because if you got two right here, that's still considered a listing, but there's three. If you were to buy three of those, there's no more unlimited on the market. Holy shit, 11 listings? Phantasmal Footstep wiped off TCG market. Don't get me wrong, there's more out there, and this might encourage people to open unlimited boxes, which is also a good thing too. Because, people weren't opening them because the EV value wasn't high. Well, these footsteps are going up in value, and I can see the EV for Monarch going up quite a bit. First edition and even unlimited. Again, I don't do EV calculations, but hell, man, this makes me want to open some unlimited boxes if I get them for like $50 or whatever. Let's go to Valiant Dynamo. Again, disclaimer, I bought like 15 of these in January. They were the cheapest option, and actually this is outperformed value-wise than Phantasmal Footsteps. You have the Cat's Eye, got some updates. We got Blitz season coming up. Um, this might even be useful in the new Dory deck coming out, the new battle deck they released. Looks fucking cool. So we'll see what's going on with that. But let's go ahead and go with this too. Again, I don't do too crazy with this, but let's go ahead and look at the listings. So we got three listings for 220, 228, 250. You could wipe out the TCG market just like that. You got four unlimited. Four of these. Unlimited is probably like $80 back in January. Again, disclaimer, I have not bought any of these since January. So everything else has been bought, it's not me. So I'm not hogging all these. I just think the card's really fucking cool. But let's go ahead and go back to this. Well, there was a lot of sales yesterday of the first editions. You got unlimited right now for 125. That was about the price I was paying when I was buying these for first edition. That's pretty cool. So let's keep going back. Let's go more sales. We'll keep going back. Look, $100 for unlimited right there. Let's keep going back. Again, I'm not going to go too deep on this, but I'm just going to go these cards because, I have a little history with it, so I've been watching these ones a little bit more. Let's go back to December. It was 50 fucking $5 for unlimited. Now it's like 150 or 125. Jesus, you made 3 times your money right there. Who keeps saying there's no free tendies? Again, it's not necessarily free tendies, but hey, if you buy an undervalued asset and then it corrects itself, it's not free tendies. You were being smart and you were buying when people were not buying, and you had faith in the game, and you had, some smarts that you like, hey, maybe that hero will be useful in the future. Why would LSS print a legendary that's worthless? This is a game that rewards people for keeping cards because new heroes come out, making other stuff relevant. First edition Cold Foil, 130. Unlimited is now 150. Right? Look at this. It's pretty cool. Let's keep going back. Let's keep going back. Uh, yeah, $65 in January. I should have bought some unlimited, but again, I don't invest in limited, so that's not me. But I should have bought at least one Rainbow Foil for myself. I still should, probably. Maybe I'll do that after this video, because I don't have one, and I kind of want one now. But I do love Cold Foil so much. 119, these sales are all mine. Everything 119 I think was me. There's quite a few. I bought like 15. You see the video. I bought a lot. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And the reason why I bought it is I thought the value was I thought it was undervalued. So I bought them all up to like, if you go up right here, the highest one I paid was, I think 130, 150. Probably me. That's probably the highest I went. It's 150. Yeah, probably bought 130 for 150, and I stopped there. And then next day, someone else sold it for 130. Next day, then I dropped down to 136. That's how things work when you do like these little purchases sometimes. I bought up to X amount, and someone's like, hey, I can make some money tomorrow if I sell it for $20 less. And they post on there. They did that. But, let's look at unlimited. 65, 75, 75. This is all pre-Everfest. Right? February 1st, all that. And the reason why I bought these two cards I mentioned is they're not tied towards light. They're not tied towards shadow. They're tied to a hero, which means any warrior in the future that can attack multiple times per turn gets a benefit from this card. And new Dory looks like she could use this pretty well. The new young one they have coming out. So let's keep going right here. Everfest comes out. Still not that much action right here. Still, see, it's 100, 100. Then let's keep going. 100, 100, 100. Then all of a sudden, like, look, it was $100 for a while, but it was $65 in January. Now it's got 100, and now it's 101, 38. So it looks like a lot of purchasing got happened probably 38 and all that. And then you got 125 right there. And now the cheapest one is $178 is the cheapest one you could buy. Jesus. Yeah. So if you bought the $50 one, you made more than 3 times your money if you were to sell it right now. That's pretty good. That's gone up faster than the cold foil ones. But even so, you get the 3 cold foil ones right there, and then it goes to 1,000. Again, doesn't mean it's good. Someone's gonna buy for 1,000. Someone's gonna list the hell they want. All right. So, anyways, is this still a good buy? Um, I think so. Unlimited. You only have 3 left. Again, more people will open boxes because of this. So again, if you buy these 3, I'm not saying buy out, but I'm saying if you buy one for yourself, whatever, I think it has good upside value. But there might be a lot of unlimited boxes out there that we don't know of. This will encourage people to open it. But nonetheless, though, is these buyouts, people buying all this stuff, makes the EV go up the value of it too. So pretty cool. I don't think anyone's bought one for 178 yet for unlimited. I think the highest one's probably 125 or 150, whatever. Nonetheless, though, you got it. You can check out Facebook. You can check out other stuff. Who cares? Whatever. You got this. It's pretty cool stuff. Let's go to Vectors of Soul. It's 189. I didn't really buy that much of it. Um, I'm not like a priest type guy, whatever, like holy, whatever. I maybe paladins and all that. So not my style of card. I think it's pretty good in Prism. I think it has a lot of upside. This one being 189, and if you look at this one's like 200 something now. This one's like 350, whatever. So you gotta look at it. I think this one has a lot of potential value because it's light equipment, so it's tied to any light hero, right? The one thing I did not really go deep in, which is probably it's questionable, is Luminaris. I think the card is fucking fantastic. Every Prism has that card, and I probably want more of those too myself. I'm not even looking it up on here right now. We're going over the video. The reason why I mentioned that though, that one is a illusionist light hero. Therefore, that card is very specific to Prism or any other light illusionist in the future. Now, LSS can only print out so many heroes and so many cards a year and all that. So the odds of them getting to another light illusionist anytime soon, I don't think so. Speculation. But if you buy something that's locked, not double locked, I think you have a better chance of value in the future. Now, unless though, every illusionist that's Prism pretty much uses Luminaris. So just hypothetical. So there's only 11 listings of these first edition. I'm not gonna check out Unlimited. There's only 11 of these, and I did some rough math earlier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's an example of what a buyout would be. I'm not gonna do it. Not encourage anyone to do it. There's fucking 2 right there. But this would cost roughly $1,400 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 7. Let's do 7 times 200 just to make math easier. Let's say 1,400 plus tax. If you do all that, the cheapest one then becomes 300. That's how prices get up over time. You lose these cards, and then you have only these guys left right here, right? And you're like, all right, well the lowest price is 300, 225. Some guy is gonna come in and probably sell like, I got one for 250. I will undercut the cheapest one, and they'll try to sell it quickly, right? So you got those different things, but nonetheless, that's what it would look like for something like that. I think this card's a good purchase. But when I like to hold cards for a while, I usually focus on the ones I like. Don't get me wrong, I have a few of these. I do like it, but if I'm going to buy out a card that I really like, I'm going to buy out the footsteps for whatever reason. I like both the feet. Carrion Husk, also really badass looking card. I don't know how much people are playing Chain nowadays, so I don't know how good this is. And you also have Levia too. She's also Shadow, but I don't think people will play her, even though people want to play her. So hopefully she gets good in the future. So, anyways, you got 18 of these. This one was only 11, I believe. This one's only 3, 7. Not 7 because I got a limit in there. There's only 7's not much for all the cards in there. And then you only have, let's go ahead and get the first edition. You only have 8. If you get in my drift right here, there is not much on the market. There's a lot of these guys though, for whatever reason. It's a cool card. If you want it, I recommend you buy it now. So those are the legendaries from the set. I don't think there's any other legendaries. There was the Yeah, I think that was it. So one, two, three, four. I think that's five. Cool. All right, let's go on this, and let's not forget about the cold foil commons, whatever. Let's just quickly go over this. Ebon Fold, it's $35. Cold foil common. You got Dreamweavers, 105. Disclaimer: I did buy a few today. Um, I think the card was undervalued, and it's tied to Illusionist, so any Illusionist could use it. So I bought a few. I think like 8 off eBay and TCG Player. Gallantry Gold. I didn't buy any of these ones, but I could see this one being the next potential values. There's 23 of these. I'm not saying invest in these, but I think I'm going to pick up at least one of these because this could probably be used in Kasai upcoming Blitz season, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's bronze and all that stuff. It's got nice cold foiling. Time Skippers. I don't know who plays those, but those might have use against Prism because it gets you go again or 2 action points. Aether Iron Weave looks pretty cool. But let's just scroll down and see how many there are. 2070s. There's going to be more listings of these. Oh, there's only 11 of this one. This might be a good buying opportunity right here. Um, Time Skippers, there's 19 or 16 of these. 23. There's only 6 of these ones. So, you know, good luck. Good luck with that. And yeah, actually, I did the math earlier. I think I bought like 8 of them. I bought like 1/3 of the available population that was available online because I wanted them. This one's a more expensive one, like 65, 70. Is this one played in Prism? I haven't played Prism for a while, but she's got the new headgear. This is worth more than a Majestic headgear, so take that in mind. I don't know how often these sell, so don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sell data. But anyways, keep that in mind is I think Monarch has a lot of opportunities. Again, I could be wrong. The reason why I say that is I don't know the print runs of Monarch, but I think it's much lower than what people are predicting. I'm going to say 60 to 75K. If it's under 150K, I still think that's a good buy right now, anyways, because people are saying like 250, 300. I think that's full of shit. Because why would LSS print that many and unlimited at the same time? If they did, great. That means there's a lot of product in the future, but who cares right now? So let's go to 130 point right here. This is a website you can look for sales data. You just like, all right, Phantasmal Footsteps. This shows you eBay sales data. Phantasmal Footsteps right there. Great. Okay, let me look in here. 240 sold recently. I do not take bid data as facts. That is a fucking well, that's unlimited. Never mind. But I still don't take bid data as facts because why would you put your card for bid unless you're desperate, right? Or if you make a big marketing campaign around it and all that. Whatever Fluke did was not desperate. What I mean though on eBay is why would you ever put an item for auction unless you absolutely need the money, but you're probably ripping yourself off. It's so much easier. It's like, hey, I got a card I want to sell for 300. Somebody makes me an offer for 250. Great. Okay, do it that way. It's not that hard. I don't understand why eBay still has bids. Um, so you got a limited 250 a lot. So anyways, you type in a name, you can find the prices. Pretty straightforward. A TCG player is so much easier to use. Just go on here and all that. Keep this in mind. This does not include shipping. Same thing with the TCG player does not include shipping price. So someone might have one that's like cheaper than last sold price. They're like, oh, that's new market value. Oh, but shipping was $20. Oh, I didn't calculate that. All right, 130 point does not show shipping. Reason being is, hey, I bought a few Dreamers today. Let me go ahead and show that. All right, so $66 right here. Well, that's not bad value. $80. Okay, well, that's a little higher. I bought a lot. $39. Oh my God, it's a fucking steal. Oh, I bought that from Europe. They also had $30 shipping. So that's really a $38 or $70 card right there. After tax and everything. So you're like, oh, well, that's $35. That's new market value. It is not. I paid $70 for that. So keep that in mind. Is the seller for whatever reason sold for cheap. I'm glad they did it, and I bought it. It matched the market value point. I wanted to buy anywhere up to like $80, $90 for these. So I bought a few of them. And same thing too, this probably had like $10 shipping. So I would go off that, and then you go on here, like, oh, I got some other stuff. Like, well, there's other shit. Like, oh, there's some lady in here. I mean, I was looking for Dreamweavers, but all right. And then you got some other, random shit there. So, anyways, the 130 points a little harder to use. TCG Player is a much easier platform to look up prices and all that. I really wish TCG Player would show like all the prices in one spot, where you had filters for multiple cards or product for a set. It'd be a lot easier and less time consuming instead of like, oh, let me open up every single one of these tabs to check out the data. It's not that hard to do. It just takes a few minutes. It's not that much work. But hey, the end of this video right here is Fatface 2.0 is coming up soon. I expect print run numbers to come out, and who knows if Unlimited is going to out of print too. Man, we had the other sets go out of print. I think Monarch and Tails might even get retired soon, and maybe Everfest won't have Unlimited. So there's a lot of news on the coming up soon, which has helped, motivate a lot of my purchasing speculation right there, right? I spent probably 50, 60 grand on cards since January. I've been accumulating as much as I can because I have a lot of faith in Flesh and Blood. I love the game. I play ProQuest, and I'm gonna kick ass Katsu this Saturday. I think I got top 8 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna keep at it. I know Sarvo is pretty good and all that, but I can still beat him. We'll see. Nonetheless, if I get my ass kicked though, I'm gonna have fun playing the hero I love. So to end this video is, thanks for listening. Any comments, suggestions of stuff you want to hear in the future or any other sets. If you'd like me reviewing data like this, I could do this for Everfest. I could do this for other stuff like that too. It's just going to be me rambling. None of that's up to you. But each video will be faster in the future because I will just go straight to the data, all that. That's not what I primarily want to do, but I'm going to show you guys what I look for when I'm buying stuff. Right now, the main theme right now is Monarch is very thin on there, and once it's gone, I don't know how hard it's going to get. Because I've been in since the beginning. Not beginning, but it's pretty much the beginning. Like April, May 2020. And once these cards are gone, once it's hard to get something, it goes up in value quite a bit. Is that going to happen right now with all the stuff going on in the world? Who knows? But if you want your card, it's better to buy before the news than pay extra afterwards. Worst that can happen is, hey, well, I bought a card I thought was going to be higher. Maybe it went down slightly, right? Okay, but if you bought the card and you want it for your deck, and it looks cool, and you're not planning to sell anytime soon, it will eventually go back up in value too. So keep that in mind when you buy it. I buy a lot of these because I plan on grading some of them in the future, all that. And I see opportunity cost, and sometimes I sell or trade these for future product in the future too. So I have a lot of bargaining potential when I buy stuff that I think is going to go up in value, because somebody else may want it in the future too. So there's a lot of aspects too. I could go into my mindset later. All I know is I love Flesh and Blood. I think about it all the time. I play it, buy it, collect it, and all that. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Have a good night. Bye.